Hello student, good morning to everybody. Today we will start the electrochemistry. Few points already I have written for you that I am going to send also simultaneously the videos and also the notes. And I am going to explain the notes only, and there are nothing so difficult topic because these all are the introductory topics and the main topics that I will give through the next videos. So these are the introduction part of the videos. Already we have studied it in the redox reaction and somewhat in class 10. Okay, that is your strong electrolyte, weak electrolyte, like that. So detail I am going to explain you from the notes. You hold the notes, and last class few students had given me the in WhatsApp message that video is not clear. My dear student, video will not be clear, my audio will be clear, because already I have given the notes. I have told already my color microphone has been broken and it is not now available in the market. That's why before watching my video, first of all hold the notes. Already I have given to you. You write it in a copy and then watch the video. Then only you can understand. Is it okay? So kindly cooperate and try to study harder. Okay? And then now listen. So try to understand and try to watch it earlier. As soon as the video is uploaded, you try to watch it and try to go with the class. Then only you can cope with all subjects. Otherwise, it will be difficult to continue or complete your regular classes. Okay. Now see, your electrochemistry. I am going to start the branch of chemistry which deals with the relationship between the chemical energy and electrical energy, and how electrical energy is converted to chemical energy and vice versa. That means electrical energy is converted to chemical energy, and the chemical energy is directly converted to your chemical energy to electrical, and electrical to chemical. So this is the branch of chemistry which deals with it. Okay. Next is your electrolytic conduction. The flow of electric current through an electrolytic solution is called electrolytic conduction. You are knowing, all of you, the electrolyte itself. Suppose we will take a sodium chloride salt solution. Itself it will act as a electrolyte and or electrolytic solution it is, through which the conduction takes place. You might have got it from your class 10. The pure water does not conduct electricity. It is due to the free area solution. Yeah, the ion carrying material is not found there. So electrolytic conduction means that should be containing some positive and negative ions. So here the electrolyte solution Na plus, so as soon as sodium chloride is added with water, then Na plus and Cl minus are formed, which are the ions, and the charge easily can flow through the ions in the solution. That is called electrolytic solution, electrolyte. And the electrolytic conduction means the flow of electric current through that solution is called the electrolytic conduction. Okay. Next, your electrolyte, the electrolyte which do not ionize completely in aqueous solution, that is called weak electrolyte. Weak electrolyte means what? It do not get ionized completely. Okay. And some acids you are knowing, that is your carbonic acid H2CO3, boric acid H3BO3, hydrogen cyanoacids, acetic acid. These are the your acetic acid, mercury chloride acid. These all are the weak acids because they do not ionize completely in your aqueous solution. Okay. Then strong electrolyte. What is called strong electrolyte? Those electrolytes which dissociate completely into ions are called other strong electrolytes. Just like as NaCl, HCl, NaOH, etc. because they strong by easily or completely dissociates into ions. Then degree of ionization What is degree of ionization? It was taught in class 10 also. Degree of ionization means it is the ratio of the number of ions produced to the total number of molecules of electrolytes. Then very popular topic that is called Ohm's law. Ohm's law was taught in physics in class 10. You can understand very nicely. There will discuss about the current and potential difference and resistance, conductance, resistivity. That these all factors will discuss. And now you see, Ohm's law is what? The strength of current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference applied across the conductor, and second point of it is inversely proportional to the resistance of the conductor. That means we can say I proportional to V, we can say I proportional to V and I inversely proportional to your resistance 1 by R. So from these two you are getting I equal to V by R. Okay, I proportional to V, I equal to I proportional to V and I proportional to 1 by R. So I proportional to V by R. So we can write it as I equal to V by R. So okay, so combiningly we are getting I equal to V by R. In another way also you can write what that is your V proportional to R, or you can say V proportional to 1 by R and V equal to IR. I proportional to constant also you can take, but in that we will not discuss. This is the process we will discuss. I equal to V by R and V equal to IR. Okay. Next is your what? Next part is your what? This is called as the conductance. This is called as the conductance. Okay. See from here. This is called as the conductance. In conductance, what we will study? See. The case with which the current flows through the conductor is called as the conductance. It is reciprocal of the resistance. That is C equal to 1 by R. Yeah, CR equal to 1. Yeah, RC equal to 1. R equal to what? That is your resistance. C is the conductance. And its unit is what? Conductance unit is your what? S. S is the Siemens. Yeah, 1 S equal to 1 ohm inverse. Ohm inverse, that is in the symbolical you can write. Then specific resistivity. Specific resistivity is what? If a solution is placed between two parallel electrodes having cross-sectional area A and distance L apart from each other, then R equal to rho into L by A. R equal to rho into L by A. So in another way you can write R is directly proportional to length of the conductor and R proportional to the inversely proportional to the area of cross section, and then R equal to rho L by A. This A rho is your what? The proportionality constant. Just I am showing once more what you are writing. This part I am just going to follow you. It is R proportional to L, that is your length of conductor. Then R proportional to your inversely proportional to your area of cross section 1 by A. So R proportional to L by A now, and then R equal to rho L by A. This is called as the rho law, we can say. This is the expression for that. Directly I have written. You can understand from here. Okay. Where rho is called as the resistivity. This is proportionality constant called as the resistivity. And then specific conductivity. Specific conductivity is what? This may be called as the electrolytic conductivity, and it is the reciprocal of specific resistivity of an electrolytic solution. It is denoted by K. K means kappa, and its unit is ohm inverse, centimeter inverse, or Siemens centimeter inverse. If A is expressed in meter square and L means length is expressed in meter and R is expressed in resistance, then unit of K या kappa is ohm inverse and meter inverse or Siemens into meter inverse. So you can write as K equal to conductance into L by A. Okay, C is the conductance of the solution. And next we are going to discuss about your conductivity, and after that next class we will study about the molar conductivity, which is the main factor that will be going to be started in the next class. Molar conductivity is the very important topic of your electrochemistry. So conductivity is what? The conductivity of solution of a different electrolyte in the same solvent and at a given temperature differ due to difference in charge and size of the ions in which they dissociate. The concentration of the ions or case with which the ions move under the potential gradient, and this is called the conductivity. Already you are knowing conductivity of the solution means that we have discussed the ability of the conductor to conduct the conductor, that is called as the conductivity of solution of different electrolytes in the same solvent and at a given temperature differ due to difference in charge and the size of the ions. Okay, so if you will compare, then we will get. So okay, so in general way you can say conductivity is the power of a conducting of the conductor. Okay, thank you. Next class we'll discuss about the molar conductivity. Till then, you remain safe and study properly and wait for the next video. Thank you.